In this episode of the Butt Chronicles, we take a look at Beavis and Butthead, episode 44, Sporting Goods.
Welcome to Industrial Industries World Radio's The Butt Chronicles.
You said welcome.
Oh God.
Hey, ladies, gentlemen, and butt munches alike, welcome to the Butt Chronicles, your audio guide to everything Beavis and Butthead. And I'm your host, DJ Glowing Ice. And today we're taking a look at Beavis and Butthead, episode 44, Sporting Goods. It first aired on MTV on October 4th, 1993. And that's all we need to know for now. So, what happens with Beavis and Butthead and Sporting Goods? Well, let's check it out. The episode starts at Highland High School as Beavis and Butthead sit outside on the steps of the entrance doors. Beavis is flicking a lighter as sparks fly from it, failing to start a flame, and Butthead is holding a grasshopper next to it. Daria, with a camera strapped around her neck, walks up to the boys. Butthead turns and says, "Hey, Daria, where'd you get the camera?"
"Yeah, you look like one of those Papa Nazis,"
says Beavis. "My parents made me join the school paper. The paper made me fashion reporter because I'm a girl. I hate fashion. There's no fashion in this town. I want to be an inquiring photographer," Daria says.
Yeah, then you can take pictures of the girls' locker room."
"Yeah, and inquire about how they'd like to please Big Daddy Butthead." "God, you're gross," replies Daria, as she then holds up her camera and takes a photo of the boys.
"Hey, why'd you do that?"
"You never know, National Geographic might call," Daria says, as she then walks away. The boys then continue to attempt to light the grasshopper on fire. She thinks we're cool.
"Yeah, she's right."
Next, we see a shot of the workout room inside the high school gym as other students lift weights and do sit-ups. Coach Buzzcut, who is now wearing a shirt that reads Coach on his chest in blue and wearing blue gym shorts, throws a medicine ball to Butthead, which hits him in the head, leaving Butthead's head spinning. "Cool," Butthead says, as his blurry vision sharpens again and focuses on Coach Buzzcut. "Good catch, Butthead," says Buzzcut. Thanks. "I believe you're ready for the Loser Olympics," Buzzcut says, as he leans in front of Butthead's face. "Will I miss any school?" "Now you, Beavis! Are you ready?" Buzzcut says, as he holds the medicine ball up again.
"Ready, mein Kapitan."
Buzzcut holds up the ball. Beavis puts his hands up, and then the ball is sent straight, hitting Beavis right in the balls. Beavis coughs, falling to the floor, holding his crotch. Buzzcut walks up to Beavis as he lays on the floor and says, "Do I take it, Beavis, that you are not participating in physical education today without groinal protection of any kind? Are you not aware, Beavis, that a regulation-designed athletic supporter is a requirement of this course, even for such obvious raisins sack of yourself?" As Beavis gets back up, Butthead says, "Busted." "What about you, Butthead? Are you in possession of a regulation supporter?" "Of course." Cut to a close-up shot of Buzzcut's face, as his eyes are bulged and bloodshot as he yells, "Are you prepared to present it for inspection?" "I can't. Someone, stole it from my locker." "Yeah, they sold it to buy drugs." "I see. Now hear this, people. Tomorrow when you report back to this facility for another tragic comic attempt at physical education, you will be wearing supporters, or you will be assigned to my remedial squat thrust seminar this summer. Do I make myself clear?" He said, "Do I make myself clear?" Buzzcut yells with more bloodshot eyes. Both of the boys are now quiet and trembling. Next shot, we see Beavis and Butthead walking on the sidewalk and entering a store called Buddy's Sporting Goods.
"Buddy's cool. He did time."
A bell jingles as the boys open the door and enter the store. Buddy is a man in his mid-30s to mid-40s, He has a receding hairline, where he keeps all the hair in the back kept up in a ponytail. And he's dressed in an all-red tracksuit. Buddy welcomes the boys as they enter the store. "Hey guys, what can I do you for?" We want, rollerblades? Mega carb powdered bulk up formula? No. Free weights? Batting cage? Zamboni?
No.
Crampons? The boys then laugh. It wouldn't be athletic supporters by any chance, would it?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. What size, fellas? The boys look at each other, and then down inside their pants, and then they hold their index fingers up, showing a length. Buddy says, "No. Waist size? SM? Or, what do those stand for?" "Well, let's see. You guys look like a pair of S's."
Yeah, that's what McVicker says.
Buddy reaches down under the counter and says, let's see. Yeah, try 'em on over your pants or I can't sell 'em to anyone else," as he hands the boys 2 athletic supporters. The boys then walk over to the dressing rooms, and both walk into the same room and close the curtain. There's a scuffle inside as the boys have trouble putting on the supporters. Cut to Buddy, who says, most people prefer to use a dressing room one at a time, but what the heck. The boys walk back out, as Beavis has a support strapped to his chest, as Butthead follows, holding his up as it hangs by his knees.
Hey, these are too big.
"Yeah, you must have us mixed up with 2 other guys. I'm not Don Johnson, you know." Buddy, with his hand on his chin, says, "Well guys, that's the smallest size I have. Wait a minute." Buddy reaches down behind his counter and comes back up with 2 small plastic eye patches. "We got these eye patches for racquetball injuries, but they've been sitting here for years. Try 'em on. You could have 'em, no charge." "Cool." The boys grab them and once again head to the fitting room together to put them on. Beavis says that he can't put them on over his pants, and Butthead says to take his pants off and put them on, as Buddy said they could keep them anyway. The bell jingles as the front door of the shop opens and Daria enters. Daria walks up to the counter. "Hi, can I help you?" asks Buddy. "I have some questions about activewear," Daria says, with her camera still hung around her neck.
Cool. Snug nads,
Beavis says off in the distance. Daria hears Beavis and with her jaw dropped, looks over towards the fitting rooms. Looking at the closed curtain of the fitting rooms, we hear Butthead say, "The family jewels are secure." Beavis opens the curtain, as both the boys are wearing their t-shirts, along with only the eye patches around their crotches. They both lift up their shirts and bend their knees, and Beavis asks,
"How do we look?"
"Wow, even smaller than I thought," exclaims Daria, as she then holds up her camera and takes a photo of the boys. The expressions on the boys' faces are of sheer terror as they then pull their shirts down to their feet. The next scene, we are back in gym class in Highland High School, as Coach Buzzcut, Beavis and Butthead, and 3 other students are standing together in a group. Coach Buzzcut is holding up a piece of paper, trying to read it through all the bad handwriting. "Please excuse Beavis and Butthead from wearing Althetic Sip Otters. They were unable to buy them because of a national Sip Otter shortage. Now that's funny, boys," Buzzcut says, as he then holds up a newspaper where on the front page is the photo Daria took of Beavis and Butthead at the sporting goods shop. Buzzcut continues, "According to the local press here, you had no trouble at all locating the necessary equipment." A close-up of the newspaper, the Highland Herald, with the photo has a headline that reads, "Highland High Fashion, the thong has arrived." Buzzcut lowers the paper and lets out a loud laugh, then in mid-laugh puts his face up close and yells, "Okay people, squat thrusts! Down, out, in, up, down, out, in, up." Buzzcut continues, as the 3 other students follow orders, and the boys are confused, trying to follow along, wondering what to do. And that's the end of Beavis and Butthead in Sporting Goods. Now let's check out the music videos. The first music video is Breaking the Girl by Red Hot Chili Peppers, and Beavis asks if it's VH1. He then says that this can't be the Chili Peppers because it's so wimpy. And Butthead says, sometimes cool bands have to do like really wimpy songs so they could get chicks. Sometimes chicks like it when you get all sensitive and stuff.
How come you, know so much about chicks, but then you never get any chicks?
Beavis says. Well, I wasn't born on a barn, but I could choke my chicken. Some things just come natural. It's like taking a dump just comes natural. But you have to learn how to take a dump in a toilet. Beavis then says that he needs to learn how to do that. The last music video is Girls Ain't Nothing But Trouble by DJ Jazzy Jeff and Fresh Prince, as the melody inside of the rap beat of the song is from the show I Dream of Jeannie. The boys talk about how Jeannie in the show called the cop that she lived with Master. The boys dance in their room, and Butthead says that Will Smith in the video is going for the hammer look. In the song, they talk about how girls are trouble, and Butthead says, right on, dude. Girls suck. And that's the music videos. Now let's get into the fun facts. After the fire controversy, the whole scene of Beavis and Butthead in the beginning with the lighter wound up getting cut. This is a groundbreaking episode too because this is the first episode where Coach Buzzcut has the word coach on his shirt, which will be a mainstay for future episodes and all episodes ahead. This episode was officially released on the School Jocks home video. Sporting Goods is the 13th episode of Season 3 of Beavis and Butthead, and it's the 44th episode overall. Now, IMDb, the Internet Movie Database, gives Beavis and Butthead, Sporting Goods, a 7.5 out of 10 rating. Now, I'll give you my review. I think I remember seeing this episode once as a kid. The biggest memory I think I do have about this episode wasn't even watching the episode. I had a trading card, a Beavis and Butthead trading card, that had the boys when they were exposed to Daria and they were screaming. And that's what I remember the most about this. But watching it and getting the full scope of the episode after all these years, it was definitely a much better jump than the episode beforehand, which was eating contest. And I was like, oh, thank God that was just kind of like it wasn't like gonna bleed into the next couple episodes with how bad that was. So that was just kind of a one-off horrible episode. This was much better, a much better jump. You could definitely tell it's an earlier episode though, because it just felt like there were some things that the boys said in this episode that didn't really seem like them. And maybe I'm wrong with this, but it was the first time I heard Butthead say busted. But I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but it just didn't feel like something that Butthead would say. But looking over the story and everything about what happens, and you know, even the smallest cup size for Beavis and Butthead still was too big for them, and having to wear eye patches. The character in this episode, Buddy, I don't know how much longer he lasts in the series. This may be the only episode he's in, but I wish there was more of him because he seems like a really cool character. Did some time, now he's running a sporting goods store, really cool dude. Daria is her true self, how she should be. Buzzcut in here is awesome. Like, just in the middle of him laughing, he will just cut short and just start yelling again. I love Coach Buzzcut. He's one of the funniest characters. Just him interacting with Beavis and Butthead is just perfect. So yeah, given the whole story, all the music videos, all that, I'm going to have to give this episode a 7 out of 10. It's not the best, it's not the worst, it's not middle of the road. It does have a few golden moments in it. And yeah, so Beavis and Butthead Sporting Goods gets a 7 out of 10.